Hey there everybody, it's Russ from Path Less Pelled, and whatever you do, don't do what we are about to do in this video. It may cause damage to your bike, all sorts of death and injury and flames. It's going to exceed all sorts of stated limits on your gear. So whatever you do, don't do it. That said, today we're going to do a little experiment and we're going to try to see if we can create a budget mullet drivetrain. So the mullet drivetrain, if you're not familiar with the term, is basically the ability to use road shifters with a mountain bike cassette. So something huge like 10 to 50. As it stands, there is only one officially supported way to do this, and it's very expensive. You have to use the SRAM electronic axis drivetrain and pair it to their 12-speed Eagle, which then requires you to change the free hub body on your wheel so you can run those 12 speeds. So to do it the right way, it gets very expensive, and you can only do it with electronic shifting, or can you? So that's what we're here to find out. So currently my drivetrain on the Bora is just using straightforward SRAM 11-speed Rival drifters and a Rival 1x rear derailleur. And so far I've been really successful using this combination with the Sunrace 11 to 46 tooth cassette. Shifts no problem, works beautifully, and at 46 teeth, it's already beyond the stated limit of 42 teeth. So if it can do 46, can it do 50 and in essence run a budget mullet drivetrain? That's what we're here to find out. And to do this, I've got some gear. I've got a massive 11 to 50 cassette by Sunrace. I've got two 11-speed SRAM chains. I'm hoping one chain will do it, but if not, I can borrow some links from another chain. And just in case the B screw is not big enough, I also have a wolf tooth road link. I'm hoping not to use this. I'm hoping that somehow it will just work with this derailleur. I've seen some videos of it done, so we'll see if we can pull it off here. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do is just remove the rear wheel and put on the massive cassette. Should be pretty straightforward, at least this part. This wheel is so dusty, it's gross. So I know what you guys are thinking, why run a 50? You know, part of it is just for pure curiosity, but there are some practical uses if you're going to do like some super, fully loaded in steep terrain kind of touring. You could use that lower gear. Right, so this is the gear I'm taking out. This is the 46, so already pretty big. This is a massive cassette I'm gonna be putting on. Oh, YouTube thumbnail face. This is, yeah, it's a lot of cassette. It's basically just lining it up on the splines here. Pretty straightforward, goes on like any other cassette. This thing is massive. Oh man, look at it in all its glory. I'm afraid to weigh this wheel just because it would just make me depressed going uphill. But let's just say it's no longer a very light wheel. So all that's left to do is put this back in and cut some chain, guider chain. We've got two of them, just in case I have to harvest some links from another. I mean, in some ways, it's really a bummer that it's come to this, that this has to be a hack to make, road shifters talk to mountain bike rear derailleurs. Because it used to be, I know I'm going to sound old here, but when I got into bikes, it worked no problem. And then after 9-speed, things just went sideways. More speeds, more problems. I'm gonna be the first to admit that this looks pretty silly, but if it works, it's gonna be freaking awesome. So we've got the chain roughly on here. To size it, you're supposed to pull it taut and then add 4 links. So there's definitely gonna be some links that are gonna have to be added. All right, so I've got the chain on there. It's properly sized. I connected it using 2 quick links. I don't know if that's the best practices way to do it, so don't quote me on this. Again, do not do this at home. Now is a moment of truth. We're going to shift through and see if it works. It's actually going up and down pretty well. All right. So this is the last, second to last, the penultimate one. And it's looking pretty good. I'm going to fudge with the B screw just a bit. B screw is not completely bottomed out, but it is getting there. Moment of truth. Oh, there it is. We've got a 50. Oh man, look at that. In all its glory. 4250, just a stock SRAM 11-speed rear derailleur, SRAM Rival drifters, Sunrace cassette. I did have to add some links. I mean, it's looking good. It didn't throw it into the wheel, so that's a good thing. Let's run it through the gears. So starting from the bottom. Getting there. I'm curious to see what that sound is. Okay, so I'm getting pretty close to bottoming out the B-screw at this point. Right. Whew. That's 50, man. That is budget Eagle. I mean, it works. I think I'm gonna call it a success. I mean, it definitely works. It shifts. I didn't have to modify the rear derailleur. I didn't even have to use the Wolf Tooth road link, fortunately. I did have to add links, and I mean, it's going through the cassette. It was making a bit of a clanging sound, which I thought was the derailleur pulley hitting the cogs or something. But, you know, looking at it, it's clearing it okay. I did add some more, a couple more turns on the B-screw to hopefully alleviate that. It might just be that it's a really loud cassette at this point. So I'm tentatively calling this a success. Budget Eagle, people. It's here. You don't have to go 12 speed. You don't have to get a new free hub body, go electronic, all that stuff. You just have to hack some parts together. And not really hack, just put parts together that should work anyways. Full disclaimer, don't do this at home. It is working right now at the moment on the stand. I'm gonna take this out on some rides and make sure it doesn't explode before I can fully recommend it. But so far, I mean, it's looking pretty good. Like the derailleur doesn't look too stressed. It's shifting okay. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Yeah, I'm actually surprised it was this easy. I thought there would be more like finagling, and you know, I was ready to take a rear derailleur off of a mountain bike and shift this to friction shifting and all that stuff. But it's working just as it is. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Leave those in the comments below. Let me know if you guys run a Budget Eagle setup of your own. You know, how do you configure it? And as always, guys, if you like this content, consider supporting the channel. Join us on Patreon, get some sweet perks. Keep the supple side down.